As I mentioned in my review of Space Invader, Ace Frehley's contract with E1 involves an album every 2 years, alternating between original material and covers. The first of these covers albums debuted in 2016 with Origins Volume 1. Like all his recent albums, Ace produced it himself, but also included a wide range of guest stars who we'll discuss as we go through the album. Ace obviously handles rhythm and lead guitar and most of the lead vocals. Ace splits bass duties with Chris Wise. Scott Coogan handles the drums except for 3 tracks which were done by Matt Starr. The album was released on April 15th, 2016. The cover is very cool. I love the floating islands with the guitars. I think that's a really excellent design choice. Before we get started with the review proper, be sure to like and subscribe. And you can support the channel on Patreon. Written by Jack Bruce and Pete Brown, this is a Cream song off their Wheels of Fire album. Eric Clapton is a big influence on Ace, hence the cover. This is a good cover with a solid groove from Coogan and solid leads from Ace, particularly a killer solo. I also love Coogan taking over the lead vocals during the bridge sections. He's got a good voice and is a really solid drummer. If we can't have Anton Fig, I am happy with Coogan. Written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, this was from the Rolling Stones album Beggar's Banquet. This also features Starr on drums. The Stones, and Richards in particular, is a huge influence on Ace, and obviously Ace has covered the Stones before with 2000 Man. This is a great cover. Ace initially worked on it for Anomaly, but it didn't quite come together. Here, I think he nailed it. The rhythm section really stands out. Great groove with really solid rhythm guitar playing. Written by Jimi Hendrix, this is from his Axis Bold and Love album. The track features John 5 on rhythm and lead guitar. It's got some good drumming from Coogan and some really terrific solos from Ace and John 5. But to be honest, this song doesn't do a lot for me. It's probably my least favorite track on the album. Written by Andy Fraser and Paul Rogers, this is from Free's Fire and Water album. It features Paul Stanley on lead vocals and Starr on drums. Ace initially reached out to Gene Simmons to guest star on this album, but Gene never got back to him. The record label then suggested he call Paul, who was very receptive. Paul initially suggested My Generation, but Ace felt that was untouchable and countered with this song. The riff is simple but very cool, instantly. I think these are strong lyrics as well, and Ace provides an excellent solo. Paul sounds great, one of his best vocal performances in recent years, and it's just undeniably cool to have them together on a track. Written by Phil Lynott, Brian Robertson, Brian Downey, and Scott Gorham, this is from Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak album. The track features Slash on lead guitar and Warren Hurt on harmony lead guitar. Ace initially recorded his own leads by himself, leaving room for Slash to add his own stuff, but then Slash suggested that they record it live together, which paid off. The coolest thing about this cover is the two of them just tearing it up. It's great stuff. Both are really distinct players, and it's so fun to hear them play off each other. I love Thin Lizzy, and this is a fun cover with really cool guitar parts. Written by Willie Dixon, this is from Led Zeppelin's Led Zeppelin 2, and it features Scott Coogan taking over lead vocals on the verses. Jimmy Page might be the biggest influence on Ace, and it's also clear Ace probably wanted a bluesier song on the album. And I love the blues vibe of that intro, really fun. The riff is cool and Ace's leads are great. And again, I really dig Coogan's voice. It works well here. Written by Chip Taylor, this is from the Troggs' self-titled debut album. It was also very famously performed by Jimi Hendrix. It features Lita Ford on lead vocals and guitar. Funnily enough, Ford's old band, The Runaways, also used to perform this song. I don't know if that's why she's on this track specifically, or if that's just a fun coincidence. This is a really fun song. It's a great pick for Ford. Her voice works well with Ace's, and there's a great groove and solo. Written by Ace, this is from Kiss's Hotter Than Hell album. It features John 5 on lead and rhythm guitar. Part of the incentive in doing a covers album was that Ace could re-record some of the Kiss classics that he wrote, but with himself on lead vocals. And that is very cool. Having a version of this with Ace singing makes me very happy. It's very heavy, which is awesome, and I dig Coogan's drumming. I love that Ace provides his classic amazing solo, which leads into a new solo from John 5 that is just incredible. Really adds a new layer to the song in my opinion. John 5 is something else. Written by Rustin Reeve and John Kay, this is from Steppenwolf's The Second album. I think the original is such a good song, probably my favorite of the songs selected for this album. It's got a really fun riff and groove. The rhythm guitar is very loose, and I like that a lot. Ace's cover is excellent, capturing that vibe and feel perfectly. He also adds a great solo, making the song even better. Great stuff. Maybe my favorite on the album. Written by Ace, this is from Kiss's self-titled debut album. It features a solo from Mike McCready, which is very cool. Like Parasite, it's just cool to hear Ace sing it. It's a really solid version of the song. Baby, I feel good. Written by Ray Davies, this is from The Kinks' The Kink Controversy. I think it's a really fun cover with a great solo. Written by Gene Simmons, Bryan Adams, and Jim Vallance, this is from Kiss's Creatures of the Night album. It features Starr on drums. The record company suggested this song, and Ace decided to do it because he hadn't played on the original recording, obviously, and liked the challenge of that. I don't think it's as good as the Kiss version, but it's solid. There's a nice crunch to the rhythm guitars and solid lead playing from Ace. The album reached number 23 on the Billboard charts, which I think is fairly respectable, being a covers album. Again, it's so hard to judge an album's success these days. I love this album. I think it's a terrific collection of classic rock songs. Ace is able to add his own personality to the tracks without taking anything away. It's a tricky balancing act, and Ace nails it. The guest stars are a lot of fun as well. Obviously, the highlight is Paul on Fire and Water. So cool, and I love this track. Slash and John 5 both tear it up, and it's always fun to hear Ford. This is probably my favorite Ace album of the E1 era, at least so far. I've always liked Ace's covers going all the way back to New York Groove and 2000 Man in the Kiss days. I think he's really good at it. It's a really fun album that I like to listen to a lot. But what about you? Do you like this album? Or would you prefer Ace kind of stick to more original stuff? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for watching.